I would like to introduce Steve Daswell here. He is a communication consultant and has been part of the robotics community for now 5 years, as I learned, because he was running workshops on behalf of ERLrobotics. He was, for example, moderating the national coordinators meeting and outreach advisory board meetings, which were run under the ROCU projects. Please, Steve.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Reinhard. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what should be a wonderful evening. It's a celebration. We're here to celebrate excellence in the European robotics sector. And what a week, because it's yet another dramatic week in the relationship between the European Union and the United Kingdom. And yet, you've chosen an Englishman to be your master of ceremonies tonight. So I ask you, what can possibly go wrong? Anyway, hopefully as little as possible if we keep to our plan and our timetable, and we will. Okay, so these are the euRobotics Awards. They are part of the European Robotics Forum, brought to you by Spark, euRobotics and the European Commission, and hosted by Ecivis and our two partner universities here in Bucharest, Politehnica and the University of Bucharest. And of course, and crucially, supported by our large number of very generous sponsors and other partners. So we thank all of those people for helping to make this week and tonight in particular possible. Thank you. Okay, so I would like to introduce my co-host, because I'm not alone on the stage here today. So,
my name is Rimsi, and I am very happy to be at ERF here in Bucharest. I have discovered that Romania is such a beautiful country, so I decided to dress for the occasion. Tonight I'll help to guide you through the euRobotics 2019 awards ceremony. I wish you all a wonderful evening, interesting conversations, and a lot of fun.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so we know that a number of you were up very early this morning. Those of you who took part in the Robo Run at 7:30 this morning in particular. So let's not delay any further. We are now going to give you the opportunity to enjoy your starter, and we'll be back here in half an hour. So enjoy your meal. Bon appétit. Well, so, ladies and gentlemen, so I can tell by the animated conversations that there's a really good atmosphere in the room tonight. I think we started very well, and now we've started to feed you. It's time to begin the awards for this evening, and we're going to start with the European Robotics League Awards, but let's see what Rimsi has to say.
Welcome to my friends, the ERL Consumer Professional and Emergency winners who could help us robots improving our capabilities.
Thank you, Rimsi. That was very well put, if I may say so. Okay, so we are going to start because we have 3 classes in the European Robotics League Awards, and we're going to start with the first 2 together, and they are the Consumer Award and also the Professional Award. And let me just give you a sentence each on those 2 awards. So the Consumer Awards objectives are to bolster research in consumer service robotics for home applications and to enable healthy aging and longer independent living. The professional award focuses on the domain of industrial robotics and also deals with factors of modern automation. The presentation will be made by Francesco Ferro of PAL Robotics. So please welcome Francesco. Okay, I'll give you a microphone. This is yours?
Okay.
Okay.
I think that it works.
So you can go ahead now.
Yes.
I am going to give you someone to present an award to. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason why we chose to present the first two categories together is because there is one winner for both categories. And the winner of both categories, both consumer and professional, is, let me show you without further ado. I'm sure you're all dying to know the answer to this. It is, in fact, Homer at Unikoblenz, and one of our regular European Robotics Awards winners. And here to receive the Consumer and Professional Awards on behalf of Koblenz University is Gerhard Kretschmar.
Congratulations.
Okay.
So, yes, help me, please.
How are we doing for photography? Please look delighted to receive your prize. Your enthusiasm is being captured for forever. Okay, and we've got, before you go, I think congratulations are also due to you from another source. I think Ream C has something to say to you as well. Ream C, do you have anything to say? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. He's thinking about it. And it is a he, we checked first of all. No. Okay, well, it seems that Ream C has decided to keep his silence for the moment. And that's fine, he's entitled, he's a robot, he's fine. Okay, well, in that case...
Amazing achievement.
Now he did.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much then. Congratulations.
It's consumer and professional. So, both. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next category is the emergency class. The objective of researchers in emergency robots is to design more effective robots capable of cooperating with humans to increase safety and to help them to respond in often very difficult scenarios. This presentation will be made by Gabriele Ferri from the Centre for Maritime Research and Experimentation from NATO. Gabriele, hello. Okay, so, and who is the winner? The winner is Larex from Croatia.
Great work.
Okay, congratulations. Right, please pose for the photograph. Excellent, marvelous. Well done. Okay, we take a very, very, very quick break from awards presentations to give you some news. We have some news this evening, and that is that we are announcing the launch of a new competition. This is the European Robotics League's Smart Cities Robotics Challenge. And this competition will take place in Milton Keynes in England on the 16th to the 22nd of September of this year. Here's a video about it.
See you in Milton Keynes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more section of awards to make before we take our next break for the next course of the meal. And this, the next awards will be the Georges Giralt PhD Awards 2019. And to start this part of the award ceremony, I invite back on the stage Reinhard. Rein? There you are.
Thank you so much. Now we come from the awards on the league to the PhD award. And I would like to announce Gianluca Antonelli, not first time, but second time, handing over this award. And as you may know, Gianluca himself was the first winner of this prestigious PhD award, and he is now a professor in Italy in University of Casalino. So I would hand over to Gianluca. Please, go ahead.
Thanks. Good evening, everybody. So it doesn't make it easy to say that this is the 18th edition of the PhD Award. And this is a very nice, award, and the community really likes it. It's my pleasure to introduce you the finalists for this award. Is possible?
I am interested to see what the best robotics brains have been working on during the past year. Let's invite the PhD Award nominees of 2019.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, let me warmly thank the jury. The time frame for the award is really tight, and they devote a lot of time, and especially also some of them this morning for the presentation session and for the following discussion. Do we have the name of the finalists? Yes, okay. So thank you. Can I have on stage the finalists for the PhD award? I just move a little bit on the side. Stanislao, Mosen, Rudolf, Salesian, and Theodore. The theses were simply outstanding. It has been very tough for the jury to select the winners among them. The winners, because this year too, we will have two winners ex aequo, not only one. And so take the time to read the title and so on. Okay, it's a pleasure, and well, congratulate to all of you for the presentations, and especially for the two winners. Can we have next slides, please? So congratulations to Stanislao and Theodore for the award.
Congratulations.
Let us take, I think, a picture all together. Where is? Yes, from. I will take it. We have only one, so I will take it.
Okay. One more? Okay, thank you very much, Gianluca. And I would give the word back to Steve.
Okay, thank you, Reinhard. Thank you, Reinhard, and thank you, Gianluca, and congratulations, of course, to our winners and all of the finalists. We're going to return back to our meal now for the main course. I think Reem C may have something to say before we do that.
I hope you enjoy your main course.
There you are, short and sweet. Enjoy the main course, back in half an hour. Okay, so we've reached that stage in the evening where we move back into awards presentations. I can really get some energy from the room now. I think we're really motoring along. So I think my job is to keep the wheels on this celebration this evening. So let's do exactly that. We're moving on to the Technology Transfer Awards. And I'd like to ask Reem C, what will you be looking for from this next stage in the awards?
I'm curious to see what some other people already turned into practice. Maybe there is also something useful for me.
Thank you. Very wise words. Okay, right, so for the next presentations, it's my pleasure to invite Martin Hegeler from the Fraunhofer Institute to make the presentation. Okay? You may need this. Okay. Yes, please do. If you could just stand along this line, just for the light.
Okay, very good. Yes, so today we staged the 16th edition of the Tech Transfer Award. And the Tech Transfer Award has become a tradition of our annual meetings. And for the Tech Transfer Award, we look for projects, for results, for technologies which have really created impact. So apart from the innovation, we emphasize what was the result of that innovation, of that project in terms of new products, processes, equipment, automation solutions, whatever. And in the past years, we have seen tremendously successful, exciting examples. And also today, we had a very, very interesting session. However, the jury had a feeling sometimes it was not so much emphasized from the teams how many workplaces, how many products, how much impact was created out of the technologies, out of the applications. So this was the reason why today we had 4 finalists. And out of these 4 finalists, we actually selected only 1 award. And maybe I go for the next slide. So I have, where's Victor Negrescu?
So,
okay, so maybe you remember him. Also last year, he was actually with me on stage and actually handing over the diplomas, the trophies to the award winners. So, who are the finalists? And please, all finalists, come on stage now. And meanwhile, of course, we not only thank the finalists, but also our jury of today 5 members. So it's Nicola Tomatis, Rainer Bischoff, Hermann Brennitz, and Susanne Bieler, our jury.
Please show your appreciation for our finalists for the Technology Transfer Award. Thank you very much.
So, shouldn't the jury also come on stage? Maybe they're on the way. Anyway, so we have finalists, and the first finalist is here, Maximilian Metzner of the University of Erlangen, Felix Albrecht and Andreas Handwerker of Siemens AG. So we have the certificate, the diploma. So I'm giving this to you. So congratulations. So maybe you just say a sentence or 2 about your application. What was it about? So obviously it's about microelectronics, it's about Siemens, it's about manufacturing. So maybe a sentence.
Our project was in the field of high variant electronics production at the Siemens Gerätewerk Erlangen, and there we we implemented with the cooperation of the Department FABS of the Friedrich Alexander University Erlangen-Nuremberg new automation solutions.
So, a finalist is also my colleague, so also Fraunhofer. In this case, Fraunhofer IWU from Chemnitz. His name is Mohammad Bdivi, and your colleague, who he was not here today, Sebastian Krusche, and your application was titled Heavy-Duty Robots in an Era of Industry 4.0, Flexible and Efficient Human-Robot Interaction. So obviously it's about human-robot interaction, it's about larger robots. Maybe you can explain very briefly the application you were presenting.
In our project, we have applied the first application in the field of heavy-duty robot by Giralt. It's sanitary production lines, where we have produced or reduced the cycle time from 30 seconds to 16 seconds. We have a lot of impact in this project based on our dynamic safety zones with 3D detection of the human. And this is what we would like to enroll it in the robotic society, how we can return back the trust between the human and also the heavy-duty robot. How can they work together in a safe and in efficient and in a flexible way?
Can I just interrupt for just a moment? Please show your appreciation.
You did great.
And I'm sure we all want to show our courtesy by listening to all of our finalists and our presenters here. So just a few moments of your time, please, just to give them the courtesy of listening. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So, maybe next slide, we come to the next finalist. And the next finalist is a team from Wageningen Research, and the presenter today was Jos Balendonk. Yes, yeah, please come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously it was something in a completely different domain. It was about robots for sweet pepper harvesting. So maybe you can explain a little bit what the idea was about.
Okay. Yes, we were working in a completely different domain, agriculture, for greenhouse industries. Greenhouse industries is an emerging industry, and it involves a lot of labor in a very harsh environment. And it's very difficult for current growers to obtain people willing to harvest, for instance, sweet pepper, cucumbers, tomatoes in such a greenhouse. So there's a huge demand to automate this work. And we worked on a sweet pepper harvesting robot. And we brought this technology, so far that we can harvest sweet peppers in the greenhouse in such numbers that we think this robot now is technically feasible and economically feasible in greenhouses. And we set up a startup company, a spin-off company, to work on these robots to bring them to the market. It's a sort of stepping stone for the whole industry, actually, to get these robots into the greenhouse production area. Growers would love to have that, so we are happy to work on this, and we are very happy with our results so far.
Okay. So, and we awarded a third place to the team of 7 Sense Robotics. 7 Sense Robotics is a startup from the ETH Zurich, a small team which was founded last year. And the idea or their application was titled Empowering Service Robots with Visual SLAM. So maybe just a short explanation what your idea was about.
Okay. So I think the title of the presentation says it all. We're a startup out of ETH Zurich with the aim of empowering mobile robots with our Visual SLAM solution. Thank you.
All right. Here you are. So, here are the finalists, the award winners of this year's Tech Transfer Award. And be sure there will be a 17th edition for the Tech Transfer Award taking place the next year at the next ERF. And I hope you'll be motivated or you'll be ready to apply. And there will be a call for the next Tech Transfer Award this December. And hope to see you or your applications then presented in next year's session. So again, thank you.
Okay, so congratulations to our finalists and our winner, and thank you very much to Victor and to Martin. Thank you very much. Okay, so we move on to the next award. It's the Entrepreneurship Award, and once again...
Vision and perseverance are the needed ingredients to make businesses come. Let's invite the Entrepreneurship Award nominees to come on stage.
Okay, so I would like to, it gives me great pleasure in fact, to invite Oliver Peterson from the Danish Technological Institute and John Aguirre Abarbia from Technaria to preside over this particular award.
Thank you very much. Thanks. So we are here to present the finalists and the winners of the Entrepreneurship Award. We had a great time yesterday. And I would like to take this opportunity also to especially say thank you to Jon, who gave a lot of great help to me in organizing this event. Thank you. So also we would like to thank the members of the jury and the screening committee. So Nicola and Renaud and Nils. Oh yeah, and Andre. And the members of the screening committee, which was Thomas and Mikkel and Roy. So thank you to all of you for your assistance in doing this. And also a special thank you to the sponsor, which is ERL and not the name here, but Mikkel Christoffersen. Can you please join us? Thanks a lot. So these were the finalists. So congratulations. Great companies, great pitches. We would like to invite all of you to come to the stage and receive the finalist diploma. And then after that, we'll be continue with the winners. So if you can come, Vlad, Cleonat, Gavia, Sabine, you should be here, everyone. Congratulations. Vlad is maybe not here. Okay, let's... Congratulations. Yeah. There you were. Great. Yeah, let's give them an extra round of applause. And we will move right on to announce the third place. Congratulations to Anders from Robot Logistics. Yeah, round of applause. Anders is unfortunately not here, but we will pass on this certificate to him later. Maybe I can actually bring it to him. Yeah. And this makes it very exciting because we will move on to second place. Congratulations to Quadsat and Joachim. Please come up. Joachim, can you just step forward and in not the usual, not the 10 minutes pitch, but in 10 seconds, explain what your company is doing?
In Quadsat, we're developing a drone solution for testing satellite antenna systems.
And that brings us to the final and the winner, which is IM Systems. Come up here, Jack. Congratulations. And Jack represents a very, very interesting company. which you would also be very pleasure to hear you just explain in 10 seconds or so what you are doing.
All right, we're IM Systems, and we're making the new harmonic drive, different technology, better performance, and you can order it right now, and you actually all should do that so we can raise money. Go to imsystems.nl, pre-order, register, buy. Thank you.
Impressive work.
Congratulations to all of you. Great.
If you will move forward for a photograph along this line, come forward. Come forward. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's it for the awards, but it's by no means the end of the evening. Well, we're just really getting started, aren't we? Okay, so we have to, though, say thank you and congratulations to our finalists, to our winners, and to the very hard-working juries who deserve a round of applause, please. And we have some other thanks, of course. We need to offer our appreciation to our supporting universities, Polytechnica and the University of Bucharest, and also to our sponsors, to our speakers, our exhibitors, and of course the guests, yourselves, and everyone who's been involved in making this excellent event happen. We particularly need to name ECIVIS for hosting the awards, and of course the team from euRobotics. There are really too many people, too many individual names to mention here this evening. Could I have your attention, please? Just a little bit of courtesy, just while we finish off what we're saying from the stage here today. There are really too many people who are here today and outside of this room who are involved in making this happen, who I can possibly mention. But there is one name that absolutely deserves to be mentioned, and to mention that name, it gives me pleasure to invite the president of euRobotics, Dr. Bernd Lippert, to come to the stage.
I would like to ask Anna Maria to join me on stage. Even if there is one more day with our event, I think everybody agrees with me that it's a wonderful party here, a great location today. We had an amazing reception yesterday, and it was I think, very successful 10th anniversary of the European Robotic Forum, and many thanks to Anna organizing this. Thanks a lot. A great party. The aim is very high up in the sky now, more than 900 attendees, 51 exhibitors. I think that's really a challenge now for Malaga to hit this. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Bernd. Okay, so we may just have given you a little hint about what we're about to say. We are now moving on to make one final announcement. I say final, but the evening will continue, so don't go anywhere. One final announcement for now, though, and that is a very important one about where we will be next year. And for that, I would like to invite to join me on the stage to tell you more about it, and that's Jesus Fernandez Lozano and Alfonso García Cerezo from the University of Málaga.
Dear President, Board of Directors, dear colleagues, it is a great honor for us to serve as host for the next edition of the European Robotics Forum to be held in Malaga from 3 to 5 March 2020. Malaga is an ancient city with more than 3,000 years of history, full of unique traditions, and known as the capital of the Costa del Sol. But Malaga is much more than that. It's a city that is immersed in a deep transformation, a cultural transformation with more than 37 museums, a technological park with 600 companies, from SMEs to large corporations, with more than 60,000 people working there. The host is the University of Malaga, a young institution with more than 40,000 students, 10,000 of them students of science and engineering programs. The university has several robotic groups that will collaborate with this event. Malaga is also a city very well connected by land and sea and air. The airport is the third in the Iberian Peninsula with more than 125 flights to 31 countries, 15 minutes to downtown by car or train. We are also connected with many Spanish cities through the AVE high-speed train. About the venue, the European Robotics Forum 2020 will be placed in Figma, the Congress Palace of Malaga, a unique building itself. And finally, to close this presentation, I would like to present the following video and invite you to Malaga to the European Robotics Forum 2020. Thank you very much.
See you in Málaga.
Okay, well done. Thank you very much, Jesus. Thank you, Alfonso. Marvelous. Well, I shall be checking out my diary tomorrow morning regarding Malaga. Okay, so we are almost at the end of the formal part of this evening, but as I keep hinting, the evening is far from over. Once a little technical announcement though, and that's for returning back to the hotel. The coaches will be leaving at 10:30 from the entrance here. 10:30 for the return coach to the hotel. It will be stopping in the city centre. So anyone who wants to make a real evening of it and to discover what else the lights that Bucharest has to offer, then you can stop off in the city centre. But otherwise, the coach will continue back to the hotel. 10:30 this evening outside at the entrance. We are going to let you enjoy your desserts, but before we do that, we have a photography moment. Everyone who's been involved with the organisation of this event, Anna and her teams, representatives from the two supporting universities, and of course the euRobotics team. We'd like you all on stage for a big organiser group picture, please. Two more names that I should just to mention additionally. Everyone here in some way has made a magnificent contribution to your enjoyment and involvement over this week. Two people who've been behind the scenes, perhaps below the radar, are Yuri and Marco from euRobotics, and they deserve a recognition as well. So thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Marco. Of course, yes. Yes, absolutely right. But there is one particular ball of energy in the team above all, who I've observed over a long period of time from euRobotics, and that's Lavinia Tinker, and she deserves particular mention as well. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so I did mention dancing. Someone said to me earlier in the evening, will there be dancing? And apparently there will be dancing. What time? 5 minutes? Yes. In 5 minutes' time, we have the finale of the evening. I will say no more. Discover and be amazed for yourselves. Meanwhile, thank you, good night, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.